We are back here on Girl Talk. We have been joined by Carroll. Thank you very much for joining us. And I'm a little shocked that you've been in nursing here for 37 years. I'm still trying to process that. But you are Vice President of Patient Care, also the CNO of Beaufort Memorial. And we're here at the Beaufort Memorial Kaiserling Cancer Center, which is an amazing place. And Julie, you're still with us, and you're part of the guest hosting right now. So we've got a lot of things to do since this is National Nursing Week.
Yes, it is.
Julie got us started on what that really means, but we want to talk to you a bit about Pathway to Excellence, about the culture of nursing here, since this is sort of your domain.
Sure. So Pathway to Excellence is a designation from the American Nurses Credentialing Center, which is the same organization that administers the Magnet program, which some people are more familiar with. But Pathway is 12 standards that an organization aspires to. If you achieve those 12 standards, then you are considered to be a professional place where nursing practice thrives, where patient outcomes are high, where nursing retention is high, turnover is low. It really defines the environment of the organization. So we decided we actually were kind of going on the Magnet direction and then went Pathway, and in 2011 received that designation, the first in the state of South Carolina.
Why is it so important? Is it just caliber and quality of care? Is it just what all of the nurses hope to achieve?
Well, you know, when I first took this position as Chief Nursing Officer, which was in July of 2000, prior to that I was the Critical Care Director at the hospital, I immediately said, we need a framework. We need a framework, some kind of structure to aspire to. Pathway really defined that. What is a great nursing organization? The same thing Magnet does. Pathway's more for middle-sized hospitals, but it really does define the culture and starts to open the door for what you would want the best practice of nursing to be in an organization for the patients, for the community.
Is it mission statement, values? Are all of those things considered in the framework? Because I think a framework is huge for anything.
They are, and the framework really is about standards related to the work environment. Are nurses able to participate in their practice? Do they practice at their highest professional level?
What is one of the other things in attaining Pathway to Excellence? There's a survey for the nurses?
There is. After the process of vetting your data, which for us was about 1,800 pages of information.
Big stack.
Was it really?
Big, huge stack. After that process, then the nurses take a survey. You have to have at least 51% of your nurses participate in the survey, and at least a 75% positive response, which we achieved. So 75% saying you're very good to excellent.
Once you achieve that, moving forward, how do you continue to grow and build on the culture that you've created?
Well, really it's through leadership, you know, and I'm really a believer in leadership at my level, the director level, and at the staff level, because one or two voices is wonderful, 100 voices is fantastic. So we really want that leadership to come on the front line from those nurses. So we have a shared governance model. They participate.
I was just going to say, how do you define that leadership?
Yes. And so we encourage and support our nurses, give them the time, the attendance. We just sent several of our staff nurses to the Pathway to Excellence conference this year it was in Philadelphia, trying to get the nurses involved and committed, because they will move the practice of nursing.
Today is actually our nurse practice and nurse council day. So nurses go and attend those councils to help decide what they're going to do with their practice or bring quality issues and work on those as a group.
You know, it was really interesting. I was telling Julie before, I've had experiences in a lot of different hospitals, and one of the things that I was impressed with, and I told you this when I went to Beaufort, and I actually called and shared it, was when one of my family members was a patient, the nurses came first to the family and shared with us. They educated us, they gave us resources and information. Okay, so I felt included in the process. It was a big deal.
Patient education.
Education, and also for the patient.
And families.
But we were informed and updated constantly. To me, that was worth its weight in gold. I mean, it's huge.
Yes, communication is huge. And you may or may not know this, but since the Gallup poll has came out, to define or identify the most trusted profession, nursing has been the most trusted profession every year of that Gallup poll, except 2001 when firefighters beat us out, which was because of 9/11. But because of that trust and that communication, they are frontline with that patient and family, sharing all that information. And it's valuable because the physicians don't have time
Correct.
with the patients and family.
And what was really interesting is one of the main things they said is advocate for your patient. We're here, but
And
we don't.
ask if
that's
you don't
right.
know,
That's what
ask.
they told
Speak
us.
Up. We had a big Speak Up campaign nationally to encourage patients if you don't understand things or families to ask. Bring somebody with you.
Exactly.
Because you can't absorb it all. So.
We really appreciate you joining us today. Please come back. There's a lot more to talk about. Stay with us. There's more to come here on Girl Talk.